Daily Words of God. Accepting God as your unique master is the first step in attaining salvation. The truths regarding God's authority are truths that every person must regard seriously, must experience and understand with their heart, for these truths have a bearing on every person's life, on every person's past, present, and future, on the crucial junctures through which every person must pass in life, on man's knowledge of God's sovereignty and the attitude with which one should face God's authority, and naturally, on every person's final destination. So it takes a lifetime's worth of energy to know and understand them. When you look squarely at God's authority, when you accept His sovereignty, you will gradually come to realize and understand the truth of the existence of God's authority. But if you never recognize God's authority and never accept His sovereignty, then no matter how many years you live, you will not gain the slightest knowledge of God's sovereignty. If you do not truly know and understand God's authority, then when you reach the end of the road, even if you have believed in God for decades, you will have nothing to show for your life, and you will naturally not have the least knowledge of God's sovereignty over human fate. Is this not a very sad thing? So, no matter how far you have walked in life, no matter how old you are now, no matter how long the rest of your journey may be, first, you must recognize God's authority and take it seriously, and accept the fact that God is your unique master. Attaining clear, accurate knowledge and understanding of these truths regarding God's sovereignty over human fate is a mandatory lesson for everyone. It is the key to knowing human life and attaining the truth. Such is the life of knowing God, its basic course of study that everyone must face each day, which no one can evade. If someone wishes to take shortcuts to reach this goal, then I tell you now, it is impossible. If you want to escape God's sovereignty, that is even less possible. God is man's only Lord. God is the only master of human fate. And so it is impossible for man to dictate his own fate. Impossible for him to step outside of it. No matter how great one's abilities, one cannot influence, much less orchestrate, arrange, control, or change the fates of others. Only God Himself, the unique, dictates all things for man, for only He possesses the unique authority that holds sovereignty over human fate. And so, only the Creator is man's unique master. God's authority holds sovereignty not only over created humanity, but also over non-created beings that no human can see, over the stars, over the cosmos. This is an indisputable fact, a fact that truly exists, which no person or thing can change. If one of you is still dissatisfied with things as they stand, believing you have some special skill or ability, and thinking still that by some stroke of luck you can change your present circumstances or otherwise escape them, if you attempt to change your own fate by means of human effort, and thereby distinguish yourself from your fellows and win fame and fortune, then I say to you, you are making things hard for yourself. You are only asking for trouble. you are digging your own grave. One day, sooner or later, you will discover you have made the wrong choice, and your efforts have been wasted. Your ambition, your desire to struggle against fate, and your own egregious conduct will lead you down a road of no return. And for this, you will pay a bitter price. Though at present you do not see the severity of the consequences, as you continue to experience and appreciate more deeply the truth that God is the master of human fate, you will slowly come to realize what I speak of today and its real implications. Whether you truly have a heart and a spirit, and whether you are a person who loves the truth, depends on what kind of attitude you take toward God's sovereignty and toward the truth. Naturally, this determines whether you can truly know and understand God's authority. If you have never in your life sensed God's sovereignty and His arrangements, much less recognized and accepted God's authority, then you will be utterly worthless, and you will without a doubt be the object of God's loathing and rejection, due to the path you have taken and the choice you have made. But those who, in God's work, can accept His trial, accept His sovereignty, submit to His authority, and gradually gain real experience of His words, will have attained real knowledge of God's authority, real understanding of His sovereignty. They will have truly become subject to the Creator. Only such people will have truly been saved. Because they have known God's sovereignty, because they have accepted it, their appreciation of the fact of God's sovereignty over human fate, their submission to it, is real and accurate. When they face death, they will have, like Job, a mind undaunted by death, and submit to God's orchestrations and arrangements in all things, with no individual choice, with no individual desire. Only such a person will be able to return to the Creator's side as a true, created human being.